Good afternoon, Colorado. Good afternoon, people listening outside of Colorado. This is Joshua with K4CO Radio. Man, hope you had a wonderful weekend. We certainly did. We were at the Race Against Kids Cancer over at High Plains Speedway. Check out on our social media some wonderful pictures of that, but bunch of kids going in and with professional drivers around the track. It was just fun, but it gets windy out there. Yesterday was really windy, yeah, happy Monday. Hopefully everybody had a good one and is ready to go back to work. I certainly am, especially with a wonderful interview. Today we have Ann Marlin in the K4CO studio today, owner and operator of Broadway Collective. How's it going, Ann?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing great. Just another Monday, right?
Another Monday.
Well, as a business owner, as you know, I mean, what is Monday? It's constant.
Constant.
Exactly.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yep. And you've been in business for a little while, and I really love the idea of this place. So Broadway Collective, everybody can go to www.broadwaycollectiveco.com. This is off 40405 South Broadway in Englewood. Tell us a little bit about this space, the Broadway Collective, the idea and passion that started it.
Yeah, thank you for having us, first off. Really, the idea behind it was born out of our sister company needing more office space. And so in 2021, we absolutely love the Broadway corridor. We love Englewood. We love Old Littleton. And so I set out to find office space for our sister company, Elevation. Mm-hmm. And so would just drive up and down Broadway corridor, really pinging the empty buildings at the time, because there were quite a few. And the architecture on Broadway, south of downtown Englewood, their highest is 2 stories, but they're all mid-century modern feels. And so I was just trying to find space for our company, and drove by this one particular building that it was floor-to-ceiling windows, absolutely gorgeous, flagstone out front. And I pulled up in front of it, and the original metal work on the building said the Martin Building. Well, our last name is Marlin. And so I thought, well, gosh, I don't know, this kind of seems like it's meant to be. All you have to do is shave the T, and then it's our building.
Exactly.
And so I called, and they said, gosh, I'm so sorry, it just went under contract. And this was in August of 21. And I'm like, oh, darn it. Okay, no problem. So I continued the search, and then November of the same year, I'm like, oh my goodness, we have got to move. We need to find office space. So drove again past it, and the for sale sign was still up. So I'm thinking, oh, surely it would have gone, it would have closed by now.
Yeah.
So I called, and they said, oh, wow, it just fell out of contract this week. I'm like, I will be submitting an offer tonight. And so we did, and we ended up getting it, and then we closed on it in January of 22. And so with this building, it's just under 7,000 square feet. We knew it was too big for us, for Elevation. And so I was born and raised in Montana by entrepreneurs, and so I thought, well, what better way to serve the community and to support other solopreneurs and entrepreneurs and small businesses than let's open up a co-work space. So honestly, that is how the Broadway Collective was born. We wanted to provide a space for entrepreneurs to come in and to either start their business, build their business, or scale their business. And so it's just been a really cool journey since then.
And so a lot of it is bringing in these entrepreneurs and everything so that they can talk to each other as well and kind of collectively, I don't know, because the best thing in my mind, I've never started a business before. I've always been W-2. And then, of course, lately with all of this is talking to other people who have been there and are going through that is amazing. That's why you do like a lot of networking and business develop projects. Tell us a little bit about those with Broadway Collective.
Yeah, so we have all industries under our roof.
Okay. What industries do you have, like just for some examples?
Absolutely. So real estate, business coaching, underground tunneling engineers. We have a chain fast food restaurant, social marketing, networking. We have website development. I mean, you name it. We have attorney. So really, really cool. Not only cool businesses, but cool people. And so we've been really, our main, our passion and our goal would be to connect those people so that they can collaborate and build their businesses.
Right.
And there's nothing cooler than, walking down the hall and saying, oh my gosh, you have to meet so-and-so. They can help you with XYZ. So we've been able to do that. And the coolest thing that I just feel so honored to be a part of is we've had a lot of startups at the collective. And they have gone from maybe a dedicated desk, they move to a small office. They grow, they move to a larger office. They grow, and they outgrow us. And I mean, how cool is it to be able to say that we were a small part of that business's journey?
It's kind of that sad to see you go, but love watching you leave.
Totally. Oh my gosh, yes. Absolutely. So that's been really great to see, and to be able to foster and to be able to design and build an environment where that is the case and that businesses are able to do so. So it's been a lot of fun.
Very nice, very nice. And you guys so you closed in 2022, and then, I mean, looking at the website, just absolutely beautiful inside. So I take it you had to get ready for this, a lot of construction inside to get this ready.
We did. This particular building had not been touched since the 80s. So I'm talking wood paneling, baby blue walls, purple carpet. It was a maze. You had to go through an office to get to an office to get to an office. So
you didn't keep the purple carpet?
Darn it. Now wood paneling's in, so we should have kept that.
Everything comes back at some point. Yeah.
Absolutely. So what we did was, we tried to save maybe a couple of walls, but we ended up finding asbestos, so we had to abate. So we're like, you know what? Let's just take it down to the steel beams and start from scratch. And so we could build it the exact way we wanted to. So we did that. We took it down. It took us 18 months to renovate.
Oh, wow.
It was only supposed to take a year. Surprise, surprise.
It's always longer.
Right, yeah. And being kind of on the heels of COVID, we had a lot of supply chain issues. But what was really cool about it, so our sister company, we do residential fix and flips and property redevelopment, and I designed those projects. But this was our first commercial building. So I really wanted to design a space where people were excited to come to work. There was color, there's texture, there's interesting things to look at, there's unexpected twists and turns in the art or the colors or whatever we use. So I don't do well in a white box. And so I wanted to create a space that was inspiring and creative for those businesses to call their home for however long it might be.
Well, it looks like you definitely did it. I mean, check out the pictures, absolutely beautiful. I'm looking forward to stopping by and seeing it in person. But how many like offices? You have conference rooms in there. Tell us a little bit about the layout.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have 24 private offices, ranging anywhere from 1 person up to 5-person offices. Now, the majority of our offices are really 1 to 3 people. But in addition to that, we have 2 open areas where we do hot desking. That's if like you just need to cruise in a couple times a month.
I've never heard that term before, hot desking.
Yeah, hot desking.
Okay.
Sometimes it's called hoteling, but mostly in the co-work space it's called hot desking.
All right.
And that's where it's such a low commitment. You just, like I said, you come in when needed.
Okay.
The next step up would be a dedicated desk. That is your desk for the month. And that's another low commitment item as well. Then you move up to private offices. So it really kind of depends on how much time you need, away. We have calls we get most oftentimes than not are, hey, I work from home. I'm sick of working in my basement. I'm sick of my dogs barking, or I have a really chaotic household with a lot of kids, or whatever it may be. That's usually the phone call, and it's so great because I'm like, absolutely, we have the space. We'd love to house you. We'd love for you, to host you. And so that's been really fun. And in addition to our office spaces, we have 2 conference rooms, one that actually doubles as our podcast room. So there's a lot of businesses that want to start a podcast, but they don't have the space.
Right.
And so a smaller conference room actually has acoustic pieces in it that also make for a really great backdrop. So it's more, podcasts anymore, yes, they used to be audible, but now they're a lot more visual. So again, same concept, like, and I lose interest when I'm looking at things, in just one white colored, box. So we designed it in a way really colorful, lots of fun. We've also done like NPR Tiny Desk Studios, product shoots there. It's really cool to see how people utilize the space.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
And especially when it's open to many different types of ideas too. So, and we talked about a lot of networking within small businesses. You do a lot of work with chambers of commerce too.
We do, yes. I have been been a part of the Inglewood Chamber of Commerce actually before we opened. I really wanted to get to know the businesses in the Inglewood community to see how not only we could support them, but to let them know that there was a new business rolling in. And that has been an incredible group.
Our vice president Sarah started with Englewood, and I gotta say I love it because it's relaxed, it's more intimate, it's smaller, but it feels just, I don't know the best word, but more intimate. You get to really close with people in the Englewood Chamber, so we really like that.
I would agree with you. I feel like the people and the businesses are truly and genuinely interested in what you're doing and how they can support you.
Right.
And to me, that's the epitome of collaboration and entrepreneurship.
Exactly. And then even South Metro Denver Chamber, you're a part of as well.
Yes.
Same with K4CO. So, and there I like it because they have events all the time, and I guarantee you when you go to an event, there's a lot of people that you haven't met.
Oh my gosh, all the time, and I love
so big. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And one particular kind of networking thing that you are a part of is Ladies Who Network.
Yeah.
Tell us about that one.
Yes, this is such a passion. I co-host this particular group. It's really built for women. So, we all go to a ton of networking events, and with all the chambers that we're involved with and all the things that we go to, the one thing I don't like is when people throw hands and cards at me. Hands and cards. Like, okay. Hi, I'm so-and-so, nice to meet you. This is my business. How can you refer me? Yeah.
It's that quick, like, okay, yeah, that was a good 10 seconds. Okay, cool.
Right. And it's like, oh, well, I don't even know you. Like, and so this provides a really cool space for women to meet each other personally and professionally. And it's really a collaborative space and a safe space where, we start networking, and then each month we feature a local nonprofit because we love to give back to our community. So we've had, I think now 8 different nonprofits that come in, and we get to raise either funds, or if they need goods, we bring in goods. And so it's been really cool because it brings awareness to those nonprofits as well.
Right.
And so it's just a really fun, it's once a month, really great space, and I mean, it's great, the personal relationships that have been made, but also a lot of business has been passed back and forth, which is cool to see.
I love that aspect of the community and nonprofits. I mean, of course, we do a lot of work, and Colorado has so many nonprofits. It's insane. It's kind of like that joke out there is when you move to Colorado, you have to start a nonprofit. But there's so many wonderful ones out there, and you guys are kind of partnered with 2 of them in particular.
Yeah.
Which ones are those?
So one being the Epic Campus. It's an incredible high school, I want to say school, that is related to the LPS school district as well as Sheridan and Inglewood. And this provides kids, they're called tracks. So you go to your home high school, but then you have classes at Epic. And so that could be real estate, entrepreneurship, construction, nursing, aerospace engineering, land management. And so it's so cool because these kids at the end of their senior year graduate with certifications. So they are ready for the job market.
Right.
So whether there's plans to do school at post high school, college, or not, it just opens up incredible opportunities for these kids. So it's been really fun to be a part of. We have been a part of it since before it started. And then we actually host the real estate group at the Broadway Collective with our sister company Elevation. So we teach kids more of the investment space of real estate. So we also get to be a part of that, and they take field trips to our building.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Very cool. Yeah. I like that. So what is kind of, all right, somebody is interested in this. Somebody's interested in going, so what is a typical visit to the Broadway Collective?
In terms of
when the events, you're throwing an event at the Broadway Collective. I take it it's open for anybody who wants to come.
Yes.
And you can find the events on your website, BroadwayCollectiveCO.com.
But usually, and on social media. So the Ladies Who Network, we also do one called Tools and Workshops for Business Success.
Okay.
And that's where we bring in experts in every field. So it could be AI, social media, law. And so it's really developed into where people of all experience levels can come in, and they can hear from an expert on, what's happening, what's coming down the pipeline, what new tools there are, how to succeed in these certain areas. So that's been really fun because, we just to network in that particular way and get to know businesses, and helping with them, supporting them, whether they're part of the collective or not, we get to support them in another way.
We have a question that actually came through, and if you are watching on one of our social media platforms, you can just type into the comments section if you do have a question or anything. And this one comes from a listener asking, does the Broadway Collective stretch into Littleton? And does the Rooted in Littleton Proposition 3A negatively affect business and the Broadway Collective since it limits housing to single families? I don't know about this.
I don't either. That might be a question better served for Derek and Elevation.
For Derek
in terms of like residential housing. The Broadway Collective, in terms of location, even though we're in Inglewood, we have members that are from Littleton and Centennial and
could have
Denver.
members out anywhere.
Absolutely. And we're so centrally located that we have a lot of people that will utilize our space as a hub if they're especially the kind where they have a job where they're on the road and going to, off-site appointments.
Right.
But
if you do, someone can contact you guys. Of course, we have your email up there if you're watching on video, info@BroadwayCollectiveCO.com. Any questions, you guys can send it there as well. And if you're in the car, just remember Broadway Collective. Google it and get it. Don't do it now. Pay attention while you're driving. One thing I wanted to ask, because you mentioned this and I did not know a lot about it, but they have the South Broadway Revitalization Project.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. Tell me about that.
Absolutely. We are so excited about this. So this is essentially the city of Inglewood. So south of Hamden, between Hamden and Bellevue, they're really looking at that stretch, that Broadway corridor, on how they can revitalize it. So meaning, whether it's aesthetics, art, wayfinding, events, whatever, renaming it.
And this is between which streets?
Hamden and Bellevue.
Hamden and Bellevue, okay.
So, admittedly, that stretch is pretty beige. It's pretty boring. You blow right past it. It is a commuter corridor. People going south to get to Denver. And so it's really like, how do we make it a point to also attract new businesses? So we were a part of several groups, one being safety, the other being branding, and then the special events. And so it was really great because when this whole initiative started, we had several people from the city come to us and, let us know about it. We were really excited to get on board immediately. But they told us that the Broadway Collective was really the anchor of this corridor, which made my heart just sing because we completely, revamped, redesigned exterior and interior of the building, and so to be that kind of anchor point in the middle of that corridor was really, it was just it was an honor. So that was a lot of fun. So we were excited to be a part of, however we can to really bring in new life and energy to this stretch, both for not only residents but for businesses.
Right. It is quite the stretch. I'm very used to it, just because actually I took guitar lessons over there. There used to be the Colorado School of Music.
Yes.
And now I believe it's Denver Music Institute.
Correct.
I know that area extremely well. I went there multiple times during the week
that's so
growing
fun.
up in high school.
Yeah.
So it's really cool that they are planning on kind of trying to get it, relive it. So bring it back.
They want to make it walkable. They want to bring in, more restaurants, small businesses, and really bring it to a point. It could be even like pop-up libraries, little parks, just something so that there's something for everybody to do walking up and down Broadway.
Right. Couple more. Well, first of all, I have to say, Fourth Dimension Wraps and Graphics. If you know them,
Sandra.
Comment, the space is so beautiful it could be in an art magazine. So I definitely need to stop by. They say you're an amazing designer. So yeah, really looking forward to it.
Sweet.
Then the question: what is the biggest space available that you offer? In the Broadway Collective, and then also for retreats, not sure what that means, or nonprofit spots.
Absolutely.
And corporate get-togethers.
Oh, sure.
That's a lot right there.
Yeah, no, okay. Just remind me if I forget.
Yeah.
Our largest spot, our largest office is 225 square feet.
220. Okay.
And that usually, I mean, you can do up to usually about 5 comfortably. And so, but we also have our largest conference room, seats up to 14. So we have outside businesses and nonprofits use that all the time for continuing education, meetings, whatever that may be. But we also have an open area where we do a lot of our evening events. And so with retreats and nonprofits, we host Dress for Success every
Dress
Saturday.
for Success?
That
All right.
nonprofit for women. Yes, it's been, they're hosting an entrepreneurship workshop. And so we can turn our space classroom style up to 16, and then theater style just with seats up to 30, and then there's a TV to present. So I tried to build the space so it was really flexible in how people needed to use it.
Right.
So I would love to host a retreat. We've done sound baths there. We've done a lot of social events, in addition, of course, to business events.
Nice,
Yeah.
very nice. Where do you see this? Because this is still kind of new. I mean, 2022 came out, and so you're just in, I'd say, still probably about 3 years into it, still young, and just going kind of crazy. So where do you see it in the next few years evolving to?
When COVID happened, of course, we were all stuck in our homes. People are really craving connection.
They are, and I'm one of those people. I could not just work out of my home and stay home all the time. I go crazy. I was at the time an essential employee, thankfully. Okay. It was in the medical field. So yeah, I could get out. I miss how all the streets were like, a doomsday movie, like an Armageddon movie.
True.
There were no cars everywhere. But yeah, it was definitely, I appreciate that because a lot of people want to get out. I think that's why even chambers are very busy because they want that connection and they want to get out of the house. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think really, a lot of companies are offering hybrid roles. So in office and then out of office, but also companies allow stipends. So if you don't want to necessarily work from your home, that they will offer sometimes a stipend to get a small office space or co-work space. And so I really feel we're seeing a lot of boutique co-work spaces pop up. And our ultimate goal would be, to pick up an Arvada collective, a Parker collective, and we really would love to hone in on more historic buildings, small boutique historic buildings, because there is something to be said of bringing people and businesses together in that collaborative environment. And so if we could foster more of that, that would be just amazing.
I love that. And I love buildings like that too, because we were talking about this the other day where, as a society here, we're just really big into destroying and rebuilding all the time. And I like stuff that stays around. So we were talking about that when we were talking about El Chapultepec, if you know downtown. They were trying to make it a historical landmark. I don't think they succeeded, but it was a wonderful jazz place from, I think it was open in the 30s. Right there.
That's the things we need to hold on to.
Exactly. I completely agree. I was going to ask you about how many events you generally host per month or anything like that, but there was also a question, do you host networking events for the community, which we touched on a little bit?
Yeah, we do, and we open up the space for other people to host, whether they're individuals or businesses. So
they can host all of their stuff at your Broadway collective as well.
I would love that. I in fact, there's several networking groups that utilize our space specifically for that, whether they're industry specific or, more general. But no, we would love to host. I mean, my background is event planning.
Oh, okay. That is your background.
Event planning and hospitality. And so I love when I can bring in new groups and entities where they can host their events, build their, sphere or their clientele or whatever it may be. No, that's where my heart is.
I like how you said your background. I wanted to go into kind of a little bit more on your background, what you've been used to, and what really pushed you to do this.
I think, my background is I was a luxury wedding planner for 20 years.
Oh, wow.
And so...
The wedding planner.
The wedding planning, yes. It's not as sexy as everybody seems to think it is. It's a lot. It's 14-hour days on concrete or out at ranches and, wolfing down your dinner for 20 minutes. No, but that is my heart space. I love planning things. I love details. I have both right and left side brain. I'm very creative, but I love spreadsheets and checklists, so that makes me happy.
So you're OCD and creative.
Correct.
I like it.
All of the above. But no, so that's really where I really high touch service at the collective. I am there every single day. And so I want to be able to host not only our own members, but outside people as well. Like I said, if they're hosting their own events or wanting to start something, I think that this world needs a lot more of that.
Right.
So starting up something that that there is a niche for or there is a need for, I think let's do it.
Right. Or even if you're just reinventing the wheel.
Heck yeah.
Love it.
Absolutely.
And then, first of all, you can take a virtual tour on the website.
Yes.
Once again, BroadwayCollectiveCO.com. Sign up for the newsletter as well. And it's for people that work there that have signed up with an office, it's 24/7 access, correct?
It is, yes.
Which is pretty impressive, too, which is awesome.
Yeah.
24/7 access is a lot of people don't do that, which is nice.
Yeah.
But you are there most of the time. What are the general hours?
General hours, I would say, are really 7 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Okay. And that's 7 days a week or 5 days a week?
It can be. It's up to. If you're a member, it's 7 days a week.
It's whenever.
It's whenever you want to come in. If you are working with people on the other side of the earth, then 2 a.m. it is.
Right.
But we have a really cool face recognition app where that allows that member to get in really at any time that they need.
Yeah, I was seeing on the website you also have quite a bit of security in there.
We
which is
do,
nice.
which is wonderful. And then another big, I guess, bonus that we have is we have on-site parking. That's such a big deal.
Oh, that's huge.
It's such a big deal. So we have 21 spaces plus street side, and so that makes it ease of access is great.
Especially on Broadway.
Oh my gosh,
There's not parking.
There's not parking.
I mean, there is on the street if you can find it, but outside of that, not at all.
Yeah.
So, and then how many companies do you have with you right now? And what percentage are you full?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah.
We have only 2 offices that are available at the moment.
Only 2 offices.
2.
Wow.
When I say larger, there are 2 to 4 person offices. So I would
Okay.
love to fill those if anybody's interested. But for the most part, we have with our hot desking and our dedicated desks, we have about 30 companies that utilize our space regularly. And so it's just been so much fun to meet all of those people and to really fill out what their mission is, what they're doing with their companies.
I bet in a collective place like that, I mean, they did pop up a lot COVID times, post-COVID times, but I love how you can be in a building with tons of different industries just to talk to somebody where it's not about your business. It's about them.
Yeah, it's kind of like that whole water cooler talk.
Exactly.
People are getting their coffee or tea in the mornings in both of our kitchens, and the conversation that happens is always so much fun, whether it's sports or what you do on the weekends, whatever it is. It's been a lot of fun to overhear those things, and then they make genuine relationships.
Right.
And then hopefully at some point that could turn to business. You never know.
You never know. What types of membership plans do you have? So you do have some plans. If you could go a little bit in depth on those on your website, you have a few different ones.
Absolutely. So we have the hot desking, which is like, again, if you just need the space a couple times a month. We have the dedicated desks membership, and then private offices. But like I said, we have a lot of outside companies that don't necessarily need office space. They just want to utilize our conference rooms or our event space, which is, I love that. It just brings more eyes to the collective, and I just think, a lot of companies prefer to do off-site meetings because they need that time to really focus and not be interrupted, and to really, take kind of all of their members outside of their company and utilize a different space. So we're very flexible. I mean, we're locally owned, right? So we can really do whatever we want. Yeah,
I mean,
so
you're the owner. You can do
yeah,
anything
exactly.
you
If
want.
you need it for 2 hours, that's great. Come in for 2 hours. So
Right. Do you usually hold events during the week, during hours, or even evening events? And where is the best place for people to find these?
yeah, usually our networking events are in the evenings, and so a lot of times we'll post those on LinkedIn or our social media. But always reach out too. If you want to be a part of the tools and workshops, or the more of the real estate investing space, or the ladies who network, whatever it may be, reach out, let me know. Or if you're looking for a particular networking event that I might not host, I can either get you to someone that does, because I know a lot of people in town who host their own events, or if you want to start one, let's chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another question, actually. We did go asking about other amenities that you have. You mentioned podcasting and stuff. This person actually wants to know about kitchen, coffee, stuff like
Yeah.
that for a workplace.
Absolutely. So we offer complimentary coffee and tea. And when I say coffee, you should open our drawers
Complimentary coffee?
as much as you
I
want.
have like 5 cups a day. So.
Oh, see, and I have probably, I want to say 12 different brands and tastes and flavors, whatever it may be. I like to keep my membership caffeinated and whatever they need to be successful. So yes, that, and then, we really encourage people, if they want to bring in their own lunches, like it was built to be comfy and home-like, but still kind of with that higher-end kind of hotel vibe. So, and that's the feedback that we've got, is that, wow, this space is designed in a way where I feel like it has the comforts of home,
Right.
but on the other side is incredibly professional. I can't wait to bring my clients here. So we do want people to, bring their clients in, grab a cup of coffee, make themselves comfortable, and then get some business done.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right. I bet you've made many different connections here. In fact, it's like a Chamber of Commerce, and you have your own little Chamber of Commerce, I would say, in Broadway Collective.
Yeah, that's so true. That's a great way to say it. Yes, yeah.
What have been some of the best times or conferences that you have had there that have just went far beyond your expectations?
Oh, yeah. I think 2 in particular stand out. One, we did a tools and workshops for business success, and we brought in an AI who was a member, an AI expert.
An
and
AI expert.
Blew everyone away, because we're on the cusp, right?
Yep.
There's people that are utilizing it every day, which is great. There's people who are scared of it. I'm kind of dipping my toe in. It's super uncomfortable, but I'm trying.
I have never gone on to Chat GPT ever, but you told me to look myself up. And I think
You
I'm gonna
should
do that
just
today.
chat GPT yourself. It's interesting.
Tell me about me.
Oh, right. So that was really interesting, because I felt like it gave people the access to something that felt uncomfortable, but they walked out with probably 9 different AI tools, ranging from very simple to somewhat, I don't want to say complex, but that hit all different industries. So
Right.
regardless of what your goals were or what you might need, there was something that was built for everybody. And so that, we had a ton of people there. We usually get a lot of people at more of our real estate investing meetups, just because everybody's seeming, they're interested in that. Like, how can they turn property or their property into assets and utilize it and leverage it? So those are always really popular. And then we touched on it earlier, but our ladies who network, we have, over 200 women on this list, and these women are incredible. So
wow.
it's just been, I know I keep using the word honor, but it has been such an honor to be able to be in this space and provide space and get to know these people on all different levels, regardless of the business or, what they're doing.
And is there a, when people do sign up, say a business wants to sign up, is there like a minimum commitment or anything? Is this month by month? How does this work for you guys?
For like hot desking, no commitment.
No commitment at all?
Dedicated desk is just a month.
Okay.
Private office minimum would be about 6-month lease. If you do a year lease, we offer a free month.
Oh, wow.
If you just need a conference room for an hour, that's fine too.
Right.
I really wanted to get away from what a lot of co-work spaces are doing by line itemizing everything out. Here's your office space. Here's your parking space. This is the cost. If you print 5 pages, this is the cost. Oh my gosh, like what a headache.
Yeah.
So our rates are all inclusive. Wi-Fi is included. Printing is included. Coffee and tea, all that. And
I think you have everybody on the coffee with the rising cost of coffee. I mean, goodness gracious.
Right? And in addition, all of our private offices get 6 hours every month in our conference rooms and podcast room.
Wow.
Dedicated desk members get 3. So if you have those one-off meetings that you need to host, you have the space for it.
And when it comes to podcasting, because that's been mentioned a couple times, and I know a lot of people kind of want to do this, do you have people there that are on staff that help people run the equipment?
We don't necessarily,
Okay.
well, yes and no. Knowing that we don't provide it, but we have a business on site that does
That does it,
podcasting,
okay.
then they are more than welcome to utilize that company, or if they want to bring in their own.
Right.
What we have found is, soon we will be providing the equipment, but what we found kind of early off that people were a little particular on, the equipment, and I get that. And I will be the first to tell you this is not my department. I am not a podcasting equipment or IT person, but we do want to be able to provide that, so just the ease of access and low kind of entry barriers so that people can start
Right.
their podcasts.
And I definitely understand that, because our videographer and everybody techie has their own little things that they love.
Totally.
And
Yes.
they don't want to stray too much away from it.
Right.
Going back to actually the South Broadway revitalization, because I really like that. How long, and people are in talks with this right now
Yes.
on revitalizing this. How
Yes.
long do they think it's going to take?
That's a great question. We were with all of these groups that, all the entities that came together. I think we were doing it for about 4 months, these committee groups, and we just presented to the city, I want to say about 2.5, 3 weeks ago, each individual group, so branding, safety, marketing, wayfinding, art. So now we're in phase 2. And that's where it's being kind of kicked back out to the public of Inglewood, residents and businesses, to really kind of still bring in information and opinions and thoughts about it. And
Right.
then from there, for instance, one of the big things is, are we going to name that stretch of the corridor? There's been a lot of names tossed around. There's also been an opinion of not naming it. But how do we make this a unique part of Inglewood? And so that will be we're in that second phase now.
Nice. So hopefully pretty soon. I love it.
Hopefully soon, and just wait, lots of murals are coming in. We're really excited. It's going to be a vibrant stretch of the corridor soon.
Can I ask your take on, should we name it or not?
I personally like the idea of naming it. Some of the names were very colorful and very,
It puts a destination.
It does. It does. And, we already have Sobo, South Broadway.
Right.
That's south of I-25. That's so far north of us. And so there, names that have been kicked around are Inglewood South, or South Inglewood, or So Bro, which I was like,
Say that again?
So Bro.
So Bro.
Or the Trolley
Okay.
District, because, the trolley, the Sherilyn Trolley, that's a historic piece of this area. So there's been a lot of names kicked around, and now it's really just narrowing that and seeing really what fits.
Right.
Yeah.
I like it. I wanted to, one of our listeners actually said this, and I'd like you to talk about it a little bit. It says, congratulations on your sustainability award.
Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, I wonder who that is. Thank you so much.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about the sustainability award that you got.
Oh gosh, yes. So the Colorado Green Business Network, we were just awarded the bronze level, entry level, and we just had a really great celebration at the zoo. So we worked hand in hand with the city and with the committee to really bring forth what we did to the building to get this particular certification. And so, when we did completely revitalize this particular building, we replaced all systems, all HVAC everything.
Wow.
So all new systems. We ended up getting a grant from the city, which was amazing. That was so helpful. The city of Inglewood is so pro-business. It's amazing. We're really so glad that our home is there. And so with that, along with other things that we've done, the nonprofits that we are involved with, the window treatments that we've done just to make our building more sustainable and to bring down overall cost, heating, cooling, and all of that. We were just awarded that, last week. So it was last week.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And so we really want to strive to continue this partnership with the Colorado Green Business Network and see what else we can do. We've been looking into possibly EV charging and other things. We're looking at actually replacing our windows soon, just because they are original from our building was built in 1964. So there are certainly things that can still be done.
Yeah, those are old windows right there.
Yes, those are old windows, and they're floor to ceiling, so they like to let in a lot of cool in the winter and warmth in the summer.
Oh, yeah. Definitely check them out, www.broadwaycollectiveco.com. It's 4045 South Broadway. What corner of is that?
Oxford and Broadway.
Oxford and Broadway. 720-400-8190. And there is a lovely virtual tour on the website, but virtual just is not... You can't get it from the virtual, so stop by and see it. You can also, if you have any questions, go to info@broadwaycollectiveco.com, or they're all over social media.
We are. We try. We're trying.
We're trying.
Yeah.
You kind of have to
job.
these days.
Yes.
It's almost imperative. I've worked with a lot of businesses that do not do it. They refuse to do it, which is fine. They're still doing well. They've been here for a long time.
Established.
But it's established. Yeah, it's one of those things where most people are all over social media.
Yes.
On that. Do you have a social media company that is Broadway Collective?
No, just me. Oh, yes, we do have two. Yes,
you do.
Yes,
Okay.
I thought yes.
Yeah.
We do have two social media companies and several marketing groups there.
But when it comes to your Broadway Collective social media, when people are messaging, they're getting you.
That's me.
I love it.
You're getting me. Good or bad, you're getting me.
I love it. So yeah, check them out. Is there anything else on the horizon for Broadway Collective, and any events that are coming up soon that you'd want to mention?
Just the ones that we've talked about.
Okay.
Ladies Who Network every single month. We're going to be hosting a tools and workshops. Probably in November, one of our really amazing members is a small business attorney. How to start up a business. I mean, people need to know that. What are the steps to take to start? To start a business with the proper procedures.
No matter what, even if you're talking to a pro, there's going to be things that are unexpected that always come up.
Oh, all the time, even with established businesses. And then, of course, our real estate investing groups that come in. So, yeah, we're excited.
That's awesome. Very cool. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it in person. But until then, check out that virtual tour, everybody. And thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you for having me. This has been great.
Yeah, of course. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you did catch the end of the interview, it's going to be on all of our social media platforms for at least a month. And, of course, YouTube forever. So make sure to check it out right there. And if you have any questions or comments or anything, they will be tagged on this, or you can just contact them directly at broadwaycollectiveco.com. Well, I hope you have a great rest of the Monday.
You too.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much for tuning in, everybody. Do know that the afternoon mix of music is starting in about 15 minutes. A third of our rotation is all your local Colorado musicians. And then, of course, tonight, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., you have one solid hour of only Colorado musicians. And then 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., we have Kind of Vague Radio, an all-new episode with Andrew Town and Rob Dixon. So thank you very much for tuning in. You guys take care.